Morning. Take a look at yesterday. How did you get on? And then we'll have a look on to today. Research only the elite leagues. But as you know, if you're attending a live chat webinar, we are open to every single league. Whatever happens, we can react to. Let's have a look at yesterday. Any real trades there? Nice win for Galway. No real trading angle. Moving on down. A disappointing result for Galatasaray. They did score first. So on that basis, probably no trading angle. You would have pretty much ignored. Mr. Dickman, another one for my football top collection, along with Mr. Kuntz from Germany. Fatty from Barcelona, just to add to my interesting footballing name shirts. So Dickman from Konyaspor, getting them on their way. Can't see any trading angles just yet. How about the German Bundesliga 2? No. Sassuolo, dependent on the in-play stats, could have laid the draw second half. Favourite scores first, draw odds rise markedly. All about what happened in play, though. Two of the lesser lights in the top flight. Kerry scored a goal yesterday, but as befits a newly promoted side, undone by Wexford. Did Wexford take a 2-1 lead? Let's have a look. If they took a 2-0 lead, then there's no trading angle. But if it was 1-1, the possibility to lay that draw. No, 2-0 lead. So there we go. Old Terry McCann, the minder of Arthur Daly, getting that second goal. Looks like a quietish Friday. Well, we're getting into Germany now and busy. 0-0 at half-time. Big surprise in a 4-goal thriller. Did Werder Bremen lead at any point? Because Mönchengladbach have done some giant killing at home against the likes of Dortmund and Bayern Munich. So if Werder Bremen scored first, possibilities. Well, we can't see. There's a server error, which comes with this website. There's too much going on in the background, so I'm not going to wait for that. Atalanta got the win. Goal down against Empoli. Possibilities here. Lay over 1.5 goals. The usual ploys. Nottingham Forest scoring yet again. Amazing. Home record. Scored in the last 10 or 11 at home. Newcastle scoring 2 goals yet again. Now, is this going to show up? I'll just pause the video. Possibilities here with Dennis scoring first for Nottingham Forest and an equaliser from Alexander Isak, who impressed so much last time. Who got the second goal? Isak again, care of a penalty. A good defensive display from Forest. Likely it was going to be a 1-0 or a 1-1 if they were going to take any points out of this match. But very lucky. Newcastle scoring 2 goals. And this Isak is starting to purr for the Geordies. The new Shearer, the new Warjackie Milbourne, we don't know. Did not score first against Lyon. Therein would have been your angle. Indeed, it was an own goal. This is the kind of thing Stephen Francis will pick up on. Own goal, Lacazette, Alexander Lacazette. Good signing for Lyon, getting the equaliser. So a couple of trades there from, as you can see, elite leagues, which are a little more reliable. Atletico Bilbao, no worries with them yesterday. And those were the main leagues. On to today, and we're dealing predominantly with the elite leagues, but that doesn't mean our trading is going to stop there, as you know very well. We are open to every single league, but time pressures mean I can only focus research-wise on the elite. Villa and Bournemouth, well, it takes a good one to beat Villa, albeit Leicester is the anomaly here. Liverpool, Man City and Arsenal under Unai Emery. Excellent performance. Going under the radar a bit, that takes a good one to beat the villains. Bournemouth are not quite the good one, as you can see. They did beat Liverpool, but this was a Liverpool pre-Champions League, so I wouldn't take that to heart at all. And it was a missed Mo Salah penalty, of course. That ball is still in orbit somewhere around the earth, along with Stuart Pearce and Chris Waddle's balls from the 1990 World Cup. They're still up there somewhere. Brentford and Leicester slightly favour Brentford here. Only 2 defeats since the 14th of October. They're unbeaten outside of Arsenal at home. Really strong momentum. Leicester going to have to do something about this 4 consecutive defeats. They have reached this crossroads before, and they happen to meet a lower side to end that losing sequence. But Brentford are not in that category. Could be another woeful day for Leicester. No draw in 13 away suggests Brentford are more likely to do the winning, unless Leicester can get something out of this match today. Southampton and Spuds. New manager for Southampton. 0-1 away win against Chelsea. 1-0 home loss against Leeds. 1-0 home win against Leicester. 0-0 away at Man U. 0-2 loss against Brentford. You see the pattern apart from that, conceding 2 goals. The second goal for Brentford came in the 90th minute. So there is a real pattern with Saints to keep things tight. And Tottenham away from home are worse than they are at home. 3 losses in 4 away. Can the Saints do something here? Tottenham just look a little too classy. Albeit at home, they're doing all their good work under Conte. Wolves against Leeds. New manager syndrome for both of these teams. No win in 7 away for Leeds. Wolves, you know, they're going to look for a 1-0. But I think Newcastle knew the writing was on the wall. Wolves don't tend to score that second goal. New manager syndrome. Chelsea and Everton. Chelsea strong favourites here. 3 consecutive wins now in all competitions for Beatrix Potter. 2 consecutive wins in the league against Leeds and Leicester. What a pity Everton don't have an L starting their name. Leverton will probably win. Keep the L momentum going. They have problems scoring at home. That's a concern. But Everton, you know what you're going to get under Sean Dyche. You're going to get keeping Chelsea quiet for quite a long time. That fits in with Chelsea patterns anyway. Tend to have a strong second half scoring pattern. Likely we will see Everton aim for a 0-0 for quite a while, then look for a 1-0 win. They are scoring 2 goals. They scored 2 against Forest. Did score a second against Brentford, which was disallowed. So watch out. Dyche might be getting a tune out of the forward line to back up that really solid defensive display, which tends to produce the wins at home, though. 3 1-0 wins in 4 under Sean Dyche. Augsburg and Schalke. These are 2 sides will be expecting 3 points off fellow strugglers. 3 out of 3 clean sheets away for Schalke, though. So watch out. They are putting in a very much improved performance recently. I think the penny's dropping. Bochum Dano. It should be an away win for Leipzig, given the fact that Bochum have no draw in 17. Watch out for this. This could be a good way to sniff out a banker bet. If one side is not drawing and they're not favourite, then you're going to expect a win for one of these 2. The win is more likely to come from the side with only 2 defeats. So that, for me, enters banker material for Leipzig. We will see. The mighty Hoff, all hail to the Hoff, under new management, nearly pulled off a 1-1 last match. They did score. Still reliable defensively. Now with their scoring, they might get a tune out of Hertha Berlin today. They are on the improve, albeit not showing it points-wise. Very unlucky to lose last match. Stuttgart and the Wolf, leave that alone. Dortmund, best case, I think, for Köln would be a draw here. 100% Dortmund record ended against Schalke in 2023. Could get back to winning ways today. Almeria and Cadiz, defensively sound against 14th and lower, but tending to keep clean sheets. Almeria have 100% wins at home against 11th and lower, so you'd favour them on that basis. Rayo Vallecano, no win in 5. Girona, well, they had the measure of Atletico Bilbao, but that's the only set of wins they've had against the top 11. Atletico Madrid against Valencia. Well, this Valencia is an inexplicable poor season. They're in the relegation threatened zone. This is a side who you expect evergreen to be in La Liga. You'd be favouring Athletic on that basis. Monza and Cremonese, the battle of the 2 newly promoted sides, so they could fancy taking 3 off each other. Cremonese have 2 goals in them against the right opponent. Salernitana Bologna, not really fancying this one. Gaps in form for Bologna puts me off. They've not beaten the top 8 at home either, playing 9th today. AC Milan have been distracted by the Champions League, but that's not the case anymore. They've not beaten the top 11 away. Udinese, 4 score draws in 5 at home. This could be a competitive match, particularly with Udinese's very weird form against the top 6. 3-1 win, 4-0 win, 2-2 draw. That's not reflected outside of the top 6. So very interesting pattern for Udinese. Of course, there are many, many other matches on today. You will see me reacting to them all in play. In play stats are key today, particularly for the leagues we haven't researched. But I know enough about the teams. Don't forget the live standings when you're trading today. See these when the matches go live, change to live standings. I've already done the deep dive for you. 1.2 favourites, 1.57 as well. So these are the 1.2 favs. Well, heading up to about 1.35 now. I've just upped it a little just to bump up the numbers. But these, we're expecting goals before half-time, etc. So plenty of angles. I'm going to finish the video now because it has to be produced because Facebook live video is not working. It keeps cutting out. So 10 minutes in, it's going to take a while for me to produce. So I'll call it a day now. I'll see you for a live chat webinar at 2:30. I'll be on Telegram throughout the day, probably 12:30 start. And let's hope we have as good a weekend as we had last weekend. Really doing some good work in the live chat webinars if you can attend.